Hey there! Welcome to another episode of Figure It Out Friday. And let me just start this one off by saying that I'm a pretty happy person. I don't get too upset many times. There really aren't a lot of people that can say they've really seen me lose my shit or get over emotional about something other than, that time of the month or little instances where I start to get passionate or worked up about something. I don't typically get very upset about stuff. I'm pretty happy. So it might come as a surprise for me to tell you that I've actually been on antidepressants 4 different times in my life. Yes, 4. Let me tell you a little more about that. I'm Danielle Ford, the founder of Young Moms Club, and when I was 19 with 2 babies, I found out about all of my husband's affairs that he had in Iraq, and I went into serious depression. At this time, I was living in Colorado Springs on the Army base, and I didn't have any friends, and I didn't have any family there, and I was just so depressed. I couldn't find joy in anything. I never wanted to get out of bed. Never wanted to do anything, and I just knew that something was wrong. So 4 different times I went into the doctor and I would be like, there's something wrong with me. I don't know what it is. I can't be happy. I have my kids. I love them, but I'm just miserable. I think I have depression. What can I do? And 4 different times he put me on antidepressants. And then every single time after this, 2 days later, I would take them for 2 days, and 2 days later, I would be like, oh, I don't need antidepressants. I'm not depressed. And then I would throw them away. And sure enough, a couple days after that, I would feel depressed again and feel like I can't go on and make another appointment with a doctor and walk in with my head hung in shame and say, I threw all my pills away and I need another prescription, please. So this cycle repeated for a couple months until one night I was stuck in my bedroom. I was in this secluded corner of the house. The kids were asleep. I didn't want to even go outside of my bedroom. I didn't even want to cross the living room because my husband at the time was in the living room playing video games, and I didn't even want to go get a drink of water or do anything because I didn't want to cross the living room and have to see his stupid, ugly face. I just didn't want to see anything. Didn't want anything to do with him, and I just had to get out of the house. And there was nowhere for me to go because I was not 21 yet, and I was in Colorado, and everything closed early there compared to Vegas, where I was used to. So I couldn't go to a bar, and I had nowhere to go. The coffee shops were closed, the bookstores were closed. I just felt trapped, and so I just thought of the only place I could think of that was open, which was the gym. And so I just got dressed in sweats, and I just booked out of the house and I went to the gym. And I really wasn't even there to exercise. I was just there to get away from my stupid effing husband. But I didn't want to be at the gym not doing anything. So I just jumped on a treadmill and just was walking, and I ended up staying on it for about 3 hours and watching a rerun of American Idol and just kind of hanging out there until I left, and I figured that he would be sleeping by that time and it was safe to go home. So I went home and something was different. I actually realized that I felt a little bit better. And the next day was better. I wasn't so on edge. I wasn't so upset. I still was upset with my situation, but I didn't feel depressed. So then I went back to the gym that night. And then I went back the next night. And the next night. And the next night. Are you seeing a pattern develop? And after a couple weeks of that, I realized that all of my days were getting better. And I didn't have the urge to run to the doctor every single time that I felt really depressed. I wasn't even feeling depressed. And after that, I never went back to the doctor for another prescription for depression ever again. Now, I had gone to the gym originally for one reason, and that was to cure my depression, but I realized that there was a good little side effect, and that was that I started to get into really good shape. Even to this day, I continue to exercise, not just for the health reasons and not just to be in shape or be fit, but to keep my sanity. The reason I'm sharing my story is because I want you to know that it's okay to feel sad and it's okay to not be able to deal with things. And it is okay to get on medication, and there are times when you need medication. But I encourage you, if you are on medication or if you're thinking about it, at least try exercise. Exercise is such a great way to get your endorphins going and start to create happiness naturally. Now that's all for today. I shared my story with you, so I would love to hear yours in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, then be sure to head over to youngmomsclub.com. Join the club by entering your email, and so that we can connect one-on-one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Endorphins, it releases serotonin, does some other fancy things. Okay, basically it just makes you feel good. Makes you get a hot bye.